But in recent years, who was guarding the Jays on this team? It was Holiday. It was Wes Matthews when he was there. George Hill even. They were trying to scrap together minutes with those kind of guys against the Jays and just taking away the rim from them and hoping that they'd miss shots. And that's more the case now that you don't have a Holiday. For how much we talked about, John, losing the heart and soul and Smart, this team kind of had its own heart and soul in Holiday and an even more well-rounded player.
You know me, man. I've been on that Holiday train for a really long time. So I'm a huge fan, and for what he does.
That's a major loss, isn't it?
And someone put it in the chat, and they took the words right out of my mouth. I think Holiday's the guy Celtics fans always thought Marcus Smart was. A defender who defends every position, often, frequently defends the best player on any team on any given night. And also just a guy who can score and who can run the point more efficiently. And again, he's not the elite scoring type guy, but he can get you buckets. He can do everything. I love everything about Holiday's game. So yeah, you lose something there if you're Milwaukee.
Yeah, for sure. And a starter in Grayson Allen, which isn't a big deal. But again, another piece of your depth gone here. They're going to have to scrap for, I'm sure Bobby Portis will step into the starting lineup. And then what do you really have off the bench there? I know it's not the biggest consideration when you're getting Lillard, but it matters when the top of the East is pretty close here. The Celtics, they're getting Brogdon back healthy, it looks like here. That's a big plus. They're adding Porzingis to the front court, that's going to help them compete in that front court area and have bigger lineups out there. And they might have some bench scorers themselves. So the one thing I'm not going to do here is say that the Bucks blew past the Celtics with this deal, or that the Celtics have to do something now to match this. The Celtics are fine with what they have here for the most part. I'll consider this Holiday thing, because I love him as a player too, John, but it's going to be tough to pull off. It's going to take a bold move to do something like that.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit, because I don't want to give it all away in one spot. But yeah, I am curious what the Celtics might be interested in doing. This guy's in my head right here, Bobby. This is exactly what I said on our chat.
Horford, huh?
Yeah. Well, you said Horford. I said Pritchard.
No, I said Rob.
Huh?
I said Rob.
Oh, I said Brad. Where are you seeing Horford?
He's in the chat there.
But the thing I just put on the screen doesn't say Horford.
Yeah. Do you think Brad will package Horford, Brogdon, and Pritchard for Jrue?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just looking at the Brogdon and Pritchard. I don't know if you need Horford necessarily, but I do like the Brogdon and Pritchard.
Yeah, you need to close about $10 million, so you need more than Pritchard. It'd be Rob, or if you really want Holiday, you'd have to consider White, which is a tougher trade-off, I think. And then Rob, of course, you're losing quite a bit of center depth there. It's a tough decision, but if you really want to get it done, you can.
No, you can close that gap with like Pritchard and Cornette, and Hauser if you wanted to. You know what I mean? It's like you can do spare parts. You're just going to all of a sudden be that team that has no players, that your 10, 11, 12 guys are main taxi squad guys, that's what you'll end up being. But you absolutely can find the spare pieces without trading something of actual value, without a rotational piece. Rotational piece.
The reason you'd have to consider White, though, is that you do need to pay Holiday next summer. And what are you talking about there? 30, 40 million a year?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's where it's going to get tough money-wise. I mean, this team's already in a tough spot.
I know, but you'll be fine because you'll just trade Jalen.
It gives you more options. It gives you more options down the road.
He's 33. He's not getting 30, 40 million at this age anymore. You're doing 1 year of Holiday for 2 years of Brogdon, and you probably get off cheaper because of the contract, so you're not giving up multiple picks. So you might be able to do it cheaply to improve today, and then next year assess everything. You have Tatum on the table as an extension guy, but then you have the flexibility to trade Porzingis, Brown, extend Holiday, and that gives you options all of a sudden. Chances of keeping all of them.
You better make sure Holiday wants to stay, though.
Yeah, but chances of keeping all of them small. Yeah. But now all of a sudden you have some options there. And if you can't, you can do a sign and trade with Holiday, because there's just not a lot of teams with the cap space just sitting around to give out these big deals. So you have options there if you do it.
What you have to ask is, are you good enough with the team you have here to win it all? I'd say yeah. Do you gain enough in Holiday to warrant what you'd be giving up for him, even if it is just Brogdon, who was a great offensive piece for this team last year.
I mean, if it's Brogdon and Holiday, a bunch of spare parts and a pick that you can live without, yeah, you do it, no question about it. I mean, because
you could get a little bit more aggressive with the picks too.
Yeah, instantly you leapfrog Milwaukee. I mean, immediately you leapfrog everybody with that lineup. Everybody.
No, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. You can get very aggressive with those picks. You can.
Yeah. So this year you are absolutely, a real tough out. I mean, you are really the team to beat if health stays there. And then you have some options after. You're going to be expensive, so somebody's got to move.
So let's jump into the trade machine here. So you're going to get to 36. Brogdon and Pritchard gives you 26. Throw in Cornet.
That hurts you.
That gets you to 28. So you're a little closer there. Who else could you add? Hauser is another 2. So that gets you to 30. Walsh. That gets you to 32.
How close do you have to be? Within what percent?
10%. So what's
you're close. You're right
36
there.
minus 3? I gotta add like one
you're
more.
Close. Yeah.
One more contract. Maybe Mihailuk. I don't even know if you can trade him yet, but that would get you there. So you're right. You just add up a bunch of contracts. 6 guys going out. Holiday coming in.
Yeah. All of them get bought out.
Yeah. So want me to put the final product on the screen here?
No, you don't have to.
Right. People can imagine
it. You can. It's up to you if you like pressing buttons. Okay.
That pop up there. There you go.
Yeah, it's up there.
That money works if you're just going to stack contracts. I got to check to see if you can trade Mihailuk, but if you can, that works. Again, you're giving up all your depth there. Yeah. You're giving up, well, you keep White in this scenario, which is good. Yeah. And then you got to make a bunch of decisions by the end of the year, like you said.
And you have some people guessing things like this, which I don't think are off. Absolutely, I think Jrue to the Heat is in play.
Definitely, and that scares you again. If you're Boston and you're looking at the Heat again, they can trade Hero, which is probably a tough trade-off for them, offense, defense.
That's a tougher one. You lose some offense there, you get the defense, and then you get older, and then you, as you said, you have got to figure out what you're going to do into the future there.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, if Brogdon's pissed, I'm sure Hero's furious the way he's been floated.
Whatever. But... How long are we going to have this on the screen for?
Oh, there we go. I'll dump it. No, the Heat scare you with Holiday, and that's maybe another reason to do that deal is so the Heat don't get him. They can throw Lowry in there. They have future picks.
What's up, buddy?
I mean, if we were the Heat show right now, we wouldn't even be questioning it. It's like, do this deal right now. Yeah, bring in Holiday. He fits their mold perfectly.
Man, I want to bathe. I want to soak up some Miami sadness too when I get off this show.